The other week I went to see me old dad, bless him. And as I normally do when I go and see people or go away, I had a quick check of eBay within a 10-mile radius just to see what popped up, and something caught my eye that I've been meaning to get one for a while. And I kept a look at it, messaged the guy, checked that I could pick it up a week after it ended when I was there. And he said yes, and I bid and I won, and it turns out the guys watched my videos. Didn't actually get your name, and I've spent the last 5 minutes scrabbling around the eBay invoices trying to find it. So sorry I don't know your name, but hi, lovely to meet you, and thank you very much for the Kirby! The Kirby Legend 2. We best have a look, and I've got to hope that I can fit all this in to one not too long video. See how we do. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you today? Yes, Becco has a Kirby. I've actually got two, this is the first one. You'll see the other one at another time. Yes, I have a very nice Legend 2. Very nice indeed. It is, from what I think of, it's from 1989, 489. We'll have a look at that in a minute. So it's 2 years younger than me. It is in incredibly good condition. It helps that the guy I bought it from does collect vacuums. He's having a bit of a clear out. And because the people at Peterborough obviously don't know a cracking bargain when they see one, I was able to drive 100 miles and snap it up. Right. Let's look at this in a little bit more detail. So this lovely Heritage Legend 2, I'm going to get confused about that, has a very good condition bag. Very good condition indeed. It's even seen a service at some point from Lincoln, which is very, very close to where it came from. So it's obviously a local machine. Obviously I've transported it 100 miles from home. Sorry about that, Mr. Hoover. Mr. Kirby. There's the Mini Emptor, or Emptor, not Emptor. There we go. Let's have a look inside. I have used it a little bit, so the bag is full of some quite compacted dust and dirt, which we might have a go with later on, but it's quite clean inside. It's a bit dusty. Needs a bit of a clean up, but that's fine. We like them like that, don't we? Yes, so we'll put that to one side. We'll drop the cable. It's got its original red cable, and I'm not entirely sure if that was the original plug for it. It probably was, because I'm sure my mum had a lamp with a plug like this on, and she'd have had that when I was very little. It is missing its fuse holder, but I don't intend to stick my fingers on those bits when it's plugged in, so I'm not too fussed about that. But yes, the cable is in very good condition. We can pull it out of its top bit there. It's got its little rubber doobry. If we pull the retaining pin out, I knelt on this the other day and my Christ it hurts. There we go. We can take the handle itself off, which is again in incredibly fine condition really for such an old girl. There's a bit here that you can untwist, which I think takes out the insert for reasons I'm not entirely sure of. I'll be completely honest with you. Ah yes, my assumption might be correct, because look, there's a date stamp for 89. 1989, eh? What a year. Pop that back in there so I don't lose it. Now we can actually have it. I can show you this without it being... Henry's trying to fall on me. Hang on, let me just put that down so I don't smash my lights. Yes, we can have a look at the machine itself. Here we go. So it's quite dirty, I'll be honest, but not too bad. We'll lift the headlight lens up and take off. Oh, hang on. Oh, I haven't taken the belt off. Oh Christ, the Kirby police are going to be watching this. There we go, we'll put that to one side for now. So here's the main unit. Spindle is in very good condition. The whole thing needs a flipping good polish. but it's not too bad, you know. All those mirrors are a little bit loose. We'll have to get the screwdriver out. In fact, they're already here. Hang on. Look, we can fix it. Well, we can doesn't need fixing. We can improve it now. Look, just by doing up these screws. Don't like that screwdriver. That's a little bit too small. There we go. No, that's a little bit too big. Oh, blimey. Now, this one looks a little bit loose as well. It's not there. Yes. So, also then look at the ratings plate, which puts it as a Heritage 2 Model 2HE, made under one or more US patents. It's 240 volts, 485 or 560 watts. Very good indeed. Yes, apart from being a little bit dirty, it's not too bad. Now, any Kirby people, I know that these numbers mean something. I didn't mean to look up on them before I shot this video, but I didn't because I'm useless. So, come the next video, we might know something about it. Now, this is the cleaning head. This is mainly the only real issue with the thing, is that the brush roll is quite sparse. It's okay there, but that bit, it is quite worn. That's not too bad, I'll be honest, for reasons that, well, basically I've got another Kirby now, so I can basically pinch its brush roll for now. It does have a brand new belt as well. The belt was snapped when I got it, after some full disclosure that it was snapped, which is fine, don't mind that. I'll show you it in a bit because I've got some other tools that are nothing to do with this, but they had a brand new belt included. So I popped it on. I just need to put the brush roll base plate back on, line up the little tabs at the front without getting the bumper caught. There we go. 1, 2. We'll pick the belt back up. There we go. And we can put it back together, really. There isn't that much more to show you on certainly this part of it. In fact, we can probably turn it on at this stage and you can hear it running because it sounds gorgeous. There's nothing wrong with it at all in terms of it running. It's not going to need any motor restoration work at all, just cosmetic really. Come on, there we go. I'll pop the bag on, which you won't see all of because you're pointing at the floor, but there we go. Lovely. Right, let me find some power. And we'll turn it on. We won't turn it on. Ah. Despite its pretty warm brush roll, it leaves track marks in the carpet and thunders. So that's fine really. But that is not all. You see, the other reason that I was quite drawn to this, let me sit down for this bit, was it comes with a hose, look. It's got a very nice condition, it's quite dirty, and I'm pondering sticking it in the washing machine. I think it will survive. It's a little bit, I won't say flimsy, that's the wrong word, but it feels a little bit thin. But that's probably okay. What else have we got? Well, we have some tools, look. We have the spray nozzle with the foaming attachment on the end. The Suds, that's it, the Suds O gun. So I have a Suds O gun. I have the floor tool here. There we go, nice two-piece floor tool. That bit is the bit that turns, goes into there. Yeah. We have ourselves a very nice, with raising and lowering brushes, which you probably can't quite see because they don't raise or lower very much. Yeah, so we have the floor tool. Have a bottle of Kirby carpet shampoo, which smells very nice indeed. We have a crevice tool that's a little bit chewed up at the end, but I'm a little bit chewed up at the end. I'm only 2 years older than this. We have the little handle to make it into a portable machine. There we go. A fairly nice, in fact I'm sure that bit wasn't like that until I chucked it all back in the box. Dusting brush, Kirby dusting brush. The inflator adapter. Ah, there's the belt it came with, look. There's its belt. And all the boxes are a little bit battered, but I shall try and keep them. And then we have 2 shampoo tanks. 2 of them. With little gauze filters. They both have the caps. What's in this box? Well, there is a piece of paper. Now there's 2 of these. One goes with the machine. I'm not sure what that goes with, but I do have the perfect excuse for it. If anybody knows what machine that actually goes to, that would be great. So we'll concentrate on just this one, because we have the... This is set up as the rug renovator at the minute, because I have been having a play, I'll be honest. So that's got the rug renovator brush roll in it, sat in the head. Pop that over there. Do appear to have 2 complete shampoo units for it, which is quite nice. So that's obviously one of the black ones. We'll put those to one side because that is a whole set, and we'll stick to what goes with this just because then it's a bit easier. So here is the shampoo tray. I'm going to put with this. In fact, we'll put one of these over here as well. So there's that. We have 2 hoses, because obviously 2 shampoo trays. So we'll put one there. What else have we got? Well, we have the large dusting brush, which I think should also accept that to be used as a wall and floor brush. God, I'm running out of space already. Don't quite know what that is. So I really don't think it goes with the Kirby at all. I think it just happens to be there. So I'll pop that to one side. Ah, this is the little brush that goes into the crevice tool. There we go, look. All the massager attachment. Ooh. Lovely. The suction guard. So when you're using it as a blower, you can guard from the belt spindle. Not 100% sure what that bit is, I'll be honest, but it must go with it because it's the same colour. So there we go. And ooh, there is a broken bit of plastic here that's also the same colour. Not entirely sure actually where that goes or has come from, so we'll keep that in the box. There's a bag as well, and an elastic band and a screw. So there's that. The last thing that it actually did come with is the Turbo Accessory. Yes, the sander with the dust guard, which is fitted. I did have to inspect this a bit. I think that is paint, so that will be washed and hopefully that will disappear. We have some Canadian sanding pads. have the scouring pad and the massage pad. So yes, I now have a full Kirby sander to play with, which is quite nice. And that's it for the machine. I did get the instruction manual, but I stupidly left it at home because I did scan it in yesterday, so I've also got the manual for this. So yeah, basically I'm pretty sure it is completely complete. Must check the manual, but I think I did, and it was. So there we go. But the fun doesn't stop there, children, because on the day that I went to Peterborough, my dad and stepmum went out. And they seemed to go to some sort of shop, junk shop, I think. There were a few vacuums there, and my dad messaged me saying, "Oh, are these any good?" And he showed me 3 pictures, all were rubbish plastic vacs that they wanted 20 quid for. And I said, no, thank you. But on the last picture was this. And I said to him, oh, well, yeah, this is probably the more worthy of everything. You know, don't pay 20 quid for it, but try and get it. And he got it for 4 quid. So basically, this does complete that, because I have to remember that's not complete because there's no wands with it. So basically, I've been using it with these G5 wands. Does the job, makes it usable. This is also where the belt came from that I fitted, because wrapped around the dusting brush was a brand new, unused, genuine Kirby belt. So I got the belt from it. Of course, I'm running out of space. Hang on, let's put these up here. So I got myself a genuine belt out of it, which was nice. And there's basically a G5 tool set. If anybody wants it, please let me know. It seems quite complete as well. Got a zip brush, that's mainly what I saw. Have a go with a zip brush, because obviously this all fits this. So it's not too bad. There's its suction inlet as well. You know, we can see the generational differences now, because the G5 is obviously a lot newer. Got the G5 massaging attachment, the G5 blowing attachment, the bit for the Sudzo gun for the G5, no actual G5 Sudzo gun, and it doesn't actually fit this one, so yeah. The G5 crevice tool brush, and then there's, and I didn't know this until I got it out, there are 2 Electrolux. These will fit a light Tango, lots of mid-90s machines, 2 Electrolux tools that seem pretty unused. And then this was an amazing find. Look, it's got a Miele mattress tool in it, which is probably worth the 4 quid he paid for the whole thing in itself. And obviously I've got the box to go with it, so that's nice, really. Then when I got this, and I was posting about it on Instagram actually, saying how excited I was, somebody said, oh, there's a handy butler on eBay, and I didn't think much, it was quite cheap, it was only 20 quid, I bought it. Then I realised it's for a tradition and doesn't fully fit this, although it does, and I shall show you that in a bit. But basically, see, that's quite an important part, that pizza boiler car. Basically, I also has myself a Kirby tradition handy butler. We'll get that out in a minute, I think, because I don't have enough space now to properly lay it out, because look at all this, and that's with my camera right back. I mean, if I raise it up a little bit, yeah, I paid £21 for this. £4, I didn't pay for it, Dad wouldn't take the money. I paid more, I paid the same for that one box as I did for all of this and the extra shampoo kit. Which is pretty cool. So I'm going to put all the G5 tools away, because we don't need those really. I might try and pass them on. If anybody wants a very cheap set of G5 tools, minus the wands, I'm going to keep these for now because I don't have any wands with this. But if anybody wants a cheap set of G5 tools, please get in touch, and I'll keep these 3 because they're always handy. Right, let me rearrange. There we go. Now I've rearranged, we can have a look at some of the tools. just while we're at this nice angle, I presume you can see everything, so we shall lift the belt, take the front off, and we'll fit the hose. There we go. Lovely. Now we have suction tools. And it is incredibly powerful. So powerful, in fact, that the zip tool works quite well with it. So that's pretty quality. I'll pop that there. In fact, what we could do is we could transfer it into a portable cleaner. I haven't done that yet. Let's do that now. So we've got the bag off. We'll take the handle off. And then we need to pop this on, don't we? That simply clips in there. Like that, and now it's a portable machine, and then the bag goes around like that, and voila! And I was about to take the mickey out of it and say, well, that's going to be a bit heavy, but it's actually not too bad. So there we go. Pop that off there, and I'll put the handle back on just to save it some space. There we go. And indeed the turbo sander also works quite well. That simply goes onto the end of the hose like this, in the off position. And it is brutal, I'll be honest. I can't. That's quite fun. We have to find some wood to sand, I think, as part of this demo, because this is only the initial look video. I'm going to try, and like we've done with the Vax 121 that we've recently seen, do a couple of videos showing it all. So there we go. Now for the handy butler, which doesn't fit it. It's for tradition. And the main reason it doesn't fit it is because the Heritage and the Legend have a switch. So with the front off, it's not going to work. That's because all the tools have that on. So when you fit them, and you know, that's whether you fit the adapter like that, or anything else, it turns it on, so it's sort of like a safety feature. But it sort of works okay enough. So what have we got? Well, we have a polishing bonnet, which I might try and use. This is the main part, really. This is the, there you go, it's a model 2579HB. If anybody wants to help me out with that. And yeah, basically that's the power unit. So this bit, oh, I've lost my vital piece of orange paper. Hang on, where's that? There it is. This bit goes on, I can't even see anything, goes on there like so, And then what I do with this bit of paper, very naughtily, is I wedge the switch in with it. So it's now pretty much always going to be on, he says, not being able to get it in. That might do it. Hang on. I've done this before. What's wrong with you? Hang on, hang on, hang on. Yeah, that pushes back. Let me get this fitted. Hang on. There we go. Right. So now, effectively, this will very naughtily work with the safety switch depressed. So, little bit of a fail there. But that goes on there. Then you turn the belt lifter around. So the belt engages. And you have basically a power takeoff unit. Like so. Now if we open up the rest of this box of tricks. Now, I'm not entirely sure, this is a waxing pad. But I must confess to not fully knowing how it works. So I might have to look into this. Oh, hello. Because it's got a big thing of Kirby handy wax. Not quite sure how much use it'll be inside this packet, which doesn't seem to be opened. I don't know. Can anybody tell me how this all works? No, that's not opened at all, and yet that was in there. I think what should happen is obviously, oh gosh, that's falling apart anyway. I think what should happen obviously is that this seeps through that hole. I can't see me using it. Oh blimey, there we go. That's just fully fallen off. That is crumbling away. So yeah, I probably won't be using this too much, but I'm going to pop that in there so it's safe. But yeah, if anybody wants to tell me how it works, please do say, and we'll see if we can get it fixed maybe. But we'll clip that back on there. So there's that. Now this is quite cool. This is the household's best friend, the power extension shaft. Basically, this power extension shaft on this end connects into the machine like so and spins. And as it spins, there's a chuck. In fact, I wonder if this will fit in it. I don't think it's what it's for, because obviously I didn't buy this kit with this machine. I got it on eBay separately. But it just fell straight off. So there's that bit. That's everything out there. Then we have the Handy Butler Toolkit. And inside the Handy Butler Toolkit we have, it's gone very sticky, but presumably these pads, if they do look, these pads have adhesive backing on them, which is actually still quite sticky, and obviously sticks to it. You fit that to your handy extension shaft and you have yourself a sander. Can't say I'll be using that part, I'll be honest. There's 3 rubber cups, the purpose of which I don't actually know. Or what are the rubber cups for? This didn't come with any instructions, so I'm sort of don't quite know what I'm doing with too much of this. What I do know roughly what to do with, although I don't know how well these are going to work, are these buffing pads and buffing polish sticks, which I think are still good to go. They are even Kirby polishing sticks. We have a number 2 and a number 1 compound, coarse and fine compound. And with these, I mean, I'm not entirely sure how well they're going to work because they look a little bit. How does this go? Why won't that do up? Hang on. I can't seem to unlock the shaft. I have to be careful with it because that's not going down the base. I have myself, and it's not going to be to the standard of Victorian with its proper bench mounted kit, but we have ourselves a polishing machine. I do have a cloth look. So I can, in theory, it's not done a fantastic job because those pads are a little bit scratched, but look, I can do my own polishing look. So I can, let's change pads and do the fine compound. I'm intrigued now. Well, obviously I don't know how good this compound's going to be anymore, or these pads really could do with a wash. I presume I can wash them. There we go, I could, in theory, although it's not fantastic, polish it up well. I mean, I'll probably still try and send it to Mr. Hoover Lux eventually, because he is the utter master of it. I mean, these are a little bit, that one especially is quite floppy, so you can't get too much goomph into it. This one's not too bad, but it's, again, very matted. But that's pretty cool, I quite like that. I might do a little bit more. Yeah, the more you go, the better it becomes. That's basically a 50-50. It's not great because you can't put the bite in to really fix the metal. So although it's made it very shiny, especially compared to that side, you close up, it's still not perfect. But again, half of that could just be because these are disgustingly filthy. But that's pretty cool. Let's take that off. And job done, really. Nice. Right, let's pack up just a little bit. And we've actually got to vacuum some mess up now, so we'll do a little bit of a cleaning demo because bits have flung off this. So let me get everything else away and we'll go back to the main machine. Right, there we go. I can move again now. And I want to put some mess down. Just to show you how well this thing still works despite its pretty knackered brush roll. So if we take the bag out that came in with it, It is a genuine Kirby bag, and in fact I have some more genuine Kirby bags that came with it, and a package of pattern ones, which I've got over there. We'll get this genuine one out, and we're going to fit it. Oh yes we are, people. Kirby Micron Magic. I've got another pack of these actually. Dorian from Hooverlux gave them to me. So do now have no shortage of bags, which is quite nice. So I'll pop that in there. Now when I got this, I did run it all around my dad's house. And I have run it all around my mum's house. So in here, it's full of grit, really. Full of grit. And just a little tiny bit of fluff. Some of this isn't even my dirt. There we go. We best clean it up, hadn't we? And see how this old girl... Oh, we'll take that out because we don't need the switch pop down now. There we go. We'll see how this remarkable little thing does. Let's just adjust you there. Zoom you in just a little bit. And we'll see if we can see any agitation. Just put the cable back in the handle. Clip, there we go. So there we go for this before video of my Kirby Legend 2 home cleaning system, complete with all of its tools. It's sander and a traditional handy butler that really has done a surprisingly good job of polishing that up. It's not great, it's not as good as it could be, but that's pretty damn good. It'll certainly get the whole thing looking quite nice before it goes for some proper polishing. I'll see if I can clean the pads up a little bit. But yeah, £21, not bad. We can get a few videos out of this once I've got into a new brush roll. I've never tried a Kirby shampoo system before, so we best do that. We've got the rug renovator. Yeah, don't know if I'm going to fit it all in, but I'll get the before video done now, and we will see it again soon. I've got a few Kirby things coming up, so hopefully you can look forward to that. So, for now, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.